Welcome to the Triple Play Talk Show. I'm Nate Olson.
And I'm James Grove.
Well, we got some disappointing teams so far. We're going to try to make this a regular video, maybe every couple of weeks, where we do most disappointing teams for those 2-3 weeks, maybe, however many we decide to do. But today we're going to do disappointing teams so far for us, for one from each league, one from the AL, one from the NL for both of us. So if you want to start off, man.
Well, for the AL, I've got the Chicago White Sox.
Yep.
They've just been, some people had them winning the division, maybe coming in second wild card, but a lot of predictions of World Series, like, people were very high on them, even me. I had them winning the wild card. But, man, they have just been stinging up. Their offense hasn't been fantastic. Abreu and Avisail Garcia.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, that's
Yep.
a tough one to pronounce.
Yeah.
But they've been doing really good for them. But really, outside of that, nobody's been producing for them on offense. LaRoche hasn't been what they thought he was, which he's usually a slow starter, but still.
Alexi, he's been...
Alexi is just kind of his normal self. He'll hit around 250, and then he'll get back up towards the end of the season, something like that. But it's just been a disappointing year on offense for them, and then you couple that with their pitching, which has been awful outside of Chris Sale.
Yeah,
that's just tough.
I've got the White Sox too. Just at this point, they're just kind of that team that it's just like, okay, where is the production that we were expecting? Everybody had them predicted high. I did. But they're okay. I'm gonna go with the most disappointing pitcher on that team because it's very obvious at this point. Jeff Samardzija.
Mm-hmm.
The guy has given up, a ton of runs. Just last week he gave up 9 runs to the Rangers in that 15-2 game in Arlington. I know it's a hitter's ballpark, but geez. He's given up. Let's see. There's been 4 or 5 starts. He's given up 5+ runs.
I was gonna say it's not only at Rangers.
Yeah,
ballpark.
It's not just at the ballpark. That's the only time he's pitched there this year so far. But that's the most he's given up so far is 9 runs. He has 84. He's given up 84 hits so far this year. That's not production like they wanted. His ERA is 4.68, I believe.
Yeah. So
he's really struggling. And honestly, at this point, if he keeps it up like that, the White Sox might be sellers at the deadline. Samardzija's going to be the first one to go.
Yeah, I agree with that. And he's been tossed around for the last couple trade deadlines.
Yeah,
so.
He's definitely not the guy that he used to be. Mm-hmm. Like when he pitched for the A's, he did very good.
Mm-hmm. And even for the Cubs,
Yeah, he pitched better for the Cubs than he did for the White Sox. Maybe you should have stayed on the north side there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but we got the NL now.
Yeah. So I'll go first here for the NL. The Marlins for me.
Okay.
I had them very high in the offseason. Just all the moves that they've kind of made, getting Giancarlo.
Right.
And they've had some bright spots. Giancarlo hasn't been what he was yet with the average, but he's been hitting bombs, tape measure shots. D. Gordon has been fantastic for them. He's hitting 370, I think, right now. He's not tearing the cover off the ball, so to speak, because he just gets single after single.
Right.
But then he steals second, and he steals third, and so it's just he's basically got a double every time he gets on base.
Yes.
And then their pitching, all they have basically is Dan Herron, who's got a 3.03 ERA. He's their best pitcher right now, and when that's your ace, it's not going to work out for you as a team.
Yeah.
The one bright spot is Jose Fernandez is on the fast track, and he should be back before the All-Star break, which would be a huge boost, huge shot in the arm for them. But just managerial position where they have the GM come be manager, which I don't agree with that. I think that was a bad decision, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they turn it around, but
that's weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah. So that's my most disappointing team.
Well, I've got, as for right now, mine is the San Diego Padres. They could turn it around, but right now they're disappointing. They're not as good as they could be. They're almost their record is very. It's not where they need it to be. It's subpar. Just last week, they're sitting around 500. Floating a few games off and on.
Yeah.
They that was after all their offseason moves with Kemp and I think Venable.
Myers. They upped in. They just made huge splashes.
Everybody's like, okay, the Padres are the team to beat. They're going to the World Series. This is it for them. This is their year. And, just last week, their record, they were just at about the middle of last week. They were sitting 2 games under 500.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a World Series team. You're sitting 2 games under 500.
Yeah.
Any games under 500, you're not a World Series team. I mean, you're lucky to make the playoffs if you're 10 games above 500.
Yeah.
So they really need to pick it up. But I mean, let's see, Craig Kimbrell out of the bullpen. He had a good first outing, but after that, man, he's
falling apart.
I mean, there's a. I don't really know what's going on there in San Diego. I don't know if it's the air there or why they're doing what they're doing, but they're not. I mean, just Matt Kemp. He's been doing all right. I mean, hitting 242. He's got 1 home run and 26 RBI. I can name 50 other players that have been better than Kemp this year.
Yeah.
But it's not happening for him.
And people kind of expected him going to Petco from Dodger Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
There's expected to be a little bit of a drop off, but I think the Padres were expecting a lot more from him so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all those players, they're kind of disappointing so far. So
the only real bright spot on offense, I think, has been Justin Upton for them. He's been killing the ball for them, even at Petco. I think his splits are almost exactly home and away, which is special.
And whenever they picked up Justin Upton, there was still some doubts just because it was Petco.
Definitely, and even I had a little bit. I thought his numbers would drop a little bit. But
there are a bunch of doubters, but he's pulled it. He's pulled his own weight, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's really been doing good. I think he's one of the best acquisitions of the Padres so far. So
yeah, him and James Shields, I think.
Yeah, James Shields, man. Their starting rotation after James Shields and Kennedy.
Yeah.
They
Kennedy has been shaky.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but not much after that. So. And that's it for today. That's our most disappointing teams so far in the AL and the NL. If you have any questions for us or have any different thoughts, how about you let us know on Twitter at the Triple Play 3, on Facebook, the Triple Play, or in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe? I'm Nate Olson.
I'm James Grove.
Thank you.